Welcome back to we can't say that.
Yeah.
Welcome back to
Stuff they don't tell you
podcast. Every time I upload this show, they go, "Hey, guess what? We can't monetize this probably because we say the word in the first
30
seconds or something."
Yeah.
So we have to chill on that.
Damn, 2025, we got to go with acronyms.
I will say though, lately, what I do is I delete it and I try it again, and then it does
fine.
Because it's stupid. There's stupid AI algos.
All right, welcome to the pod.
But maybe they're smart AI algos, and maybe they're very attractive AI algos, and maybe
they're not.
No, but we're trying to make them like us right now. They're smart. They're attractive. They're hot AI algos.
They're super hot.
They're next level. They'll take over the human race. They're so smart.
That's not.
So there you go.
That's scary.
Please just monetize this. Please
just monetize. Please like us. Please like us. Please like us. Please like us.
We'll suck your
Whoa. They're gonna demonetize that for sure.
That was the bit. I had to go for the bit. I had to. I hate it.
Green.
It's always the temptation.
Look at Tom Collins disapproves.
I know.
He's out now.
All right, check it out. So guess what, guys? Well, I can't even say this.
Am I the a-hole?
Yeah, am I the a-hole podcast?
A-hole.
You know, because we had a lot of moms listening out there.
Am I the butthole?
That's actually funny.
I like it.
Let's do Am I the Butthole?
Am I the butthole?
Am I the Butthole is better.
Butthole just makes me laugh.
I know. Butthole's
That's one of my
great.
favorite words.
You remember the band called Butthole Surfers?
Yes.
It used to crack me up.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know one Butthole Surfers song, but I remember their name forever.
I remember one song.
I don't remember one. I just remember their name forever.
It. Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to the Butthole Surfers.
Shout out to Butthole Surfers. Also, shout out to Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, no doubt. All right, so check this out.
Okay, I'm checking it out.
This one cracked me up. Am I the butthole for making my friend walk home after he insulted my cooking?
Sounds like a butthole move.
Exactly. It's huge buttholery. I, 27 male, hosted a small dinner at my place for a few friends last weekend. I am no professional chef. Enough said.
Yeah.
But I enjoy cooking, and I spent hours prepping a nice meal. Everyone seemed to like it except for my friend Mark, 28 male.
Freaking Mark, man.
From the moment he sat down, Mark kept making little comments like, "Did you forget to season this?" Or, "This is why I stick to takeout."
Oh my gosh, that is rude. That's a rude one.
Exactly. At first, I laughed it off, but he wouldn't stop. Eventually, he said something like, "Man, even a frozen pizza would have been better."
Oh my gosh,
this.
That's so rude.
That was the last straw for me. I told him, if he hated it so much, Mark. And by the way, we have a bad experience with people named Mark, so we can understand this.
They're often
uniquely.
Just cold.
Always cold individuals.
So cold.
He said, if you hate it so much, maybe you should just leave, Mark. He laughed, thinking I was joking, but I wasn't. I made it clear he wasn't welcome to stay if he's going to keep insulting me and my meal. Sorry. He ended up leaving, but since he didn't drive, he had to walk home about 20 minutes. Now, a few friends are saying I overreacted and that kicking him out was too harsh, while others think he deserved it. Mark texted me later calling me petty and saying I made him feel humiliated. I think that would, you know what I mean? Like when you're playing a fighter game and you're say you're Johnny Cage or you're Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Your health bar goes down.
Yeah.
As soon as he sends me the text that says, "Hey, you're petty and you made me feel humiliated," my health bar goes all the way back up. All the way back up. And then it actually turns from yellow to white because I have a double health bar now.
What the heck?
Like traditional Mortal Kombat.
You like that text?
Oh, I love that text. I needed that text.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, first of all, it made him feel, first of all, he calls me petty. One of my favorite things to be called. I am in fact petty. And the second one, I humiliated you? Oh my God, dude.
Wow, I feel the opposite.
If I could turn it into vibrations, I would literally hover right now.
Jeez, Green.
You know what I mean?
I do think he overreacted. He's a little bit of a butthole.
Okay.
Like, okay, you're saying this guy's your friend.
Yeah.
So friends get chances, right? Like, he didn't say things as Mark was like ramping it up. He wasn't like, all right, enough, and then Mark just kept going.
Yeah, Mark does that.
Like but no, Mark didn't do that. Like he didn't set a boundary that Mark then crossed.
I think of our Mark.
Oh yeah, Mark definitely does that.
He's the worst.
He's the worst.
The worst, dude.
Also go to patreon.com/sticky to support the show and help us keep Mark around. Because Mark would like that.
Yeah, it helps Mark a lot. It helps Mark more than it helps us.
Yeah, for sure.
He's cold.
So yeah, I don't know. I just think that kicking someone out of your house is like kind of like a 0 to 100 move.
Man, even a frozen pizza would have been better than this.
It's really rude.
That's a direct hit.
Okay, so then say that. Like, we need to be good at direct communication then.
Well,
like
I think he did. He's like, yeah, guess what, dude? If you hate it so much, maybe you should just leave. That's literally what he did. I don't think that this is wrong.
He didn't kick him out?
He said, if you hate it so much, maybe you should just leave.
Uh-huh.
And then he's like, I made it clear, nah, like, I wasn't joking.
Oh, yeah. So he was kicking him out.
And the guy left.
No, but like, it wasn't just like
all Mark had to do, if Mark was going to be a good Mark, and there's not many of them.
There's not many.
We know that for a statistical fact. But if he was going to be a good Mark, all he would have said was, oh, man, my bad. I let it go too far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I triple beated this thing up to a 9 beater.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then just own it.
I'm not saying that Mark's not a butthole.
Because Mark left.
I'm not saying Mark's not a butthole.
I think Mark's a butthole.
Because I think Mark's a huge butthole.
Thank you.
Like, Mark is offensive. I'm offended.
Me too.
But I also...
We're talking about just our audio engineer right now.
I also just think... Yes.
Yeah.
I also just think that communication is so big. Like, there's a way to just say, hey, that's really rude. Like, you know, without being like, get out of my house.
Yeah.
You know, I think get out of my house is like a little extreme.
I will say this.
For not like saying anything sooner.
If Mark had... Well, saying you should just leave if like, you know... That is, I guess, get out of my house.
It is. And well, especially when it's like, I'm not joking. You should leave. That's not an option.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not like you have the option to leave. It's a like, get out of my house.
Yeah. Do you think, though, that in a way, for this Mark, the meal was so bad he didn't mind walking home?
Apparently.
Like, is there a world where that is like what happened? Because like maybe that's what happened. Because it seems like he's like, it's kind of worth it.
Does he not have any other friends there?
So apparently there was other friends there.
I know, but maybe they're not friends with Mark.
Exactly.
Because
but apparently they disagreed with this enough to not give Mark a ride.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that like if they're like all mutual friends, someone would have been like, hey, you know, you don't have to leave, Mark.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think Mark's very liked.
Yeah.
So either like he's not your friend and this was the last straw out of a long time coming.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like there's a little bit of the puzzle missing.
Exactly.
For it to be this extreme. Otherwise you are a butthole. But like if it's like the last straw type of thing, then I understand.
Also, walking home is a bit of a move to do if you're in a huff and if you want to make a point.
Yeah.
We live in a world where you can get Uber on your phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if you can afford a frozen pizza, he can afford an Uber.
Exactly. It's 20 minutes away. Come on.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Like he didn't have to walk home
in a huff.
What a drama queen.
A little bit of a drama queen.
Yeah.
These Marks tend to. I
think everybody's a butthole in this.
I agree, actually. I mean, the friends are buttholes for not giving Mark a ride.
I'm going to say that the OP is probably not as much of a butthole as Mark because the other
all
friends.
All he did is make food.
He made food for everyone, and then and then like everyone else was like, we thought it was great.
He made food. So, no, my buddy. Listen, one of my best pals. He burned my steak twice in the last like 2 months. You know what I mean? He owes me a damn steak now.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like, oh, you know, he was like.
And you did walk home after.
I did walk home after, but I lived next door to him. But I was like, but he was like, hey, I owe you a steak. And I wasn't like, nah, man, it's cool. I was like, no, you do.
Yeah.
This is stupid. Why'd you do this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's like an equal. That's what I'm saying.
It's a
I feel like
tit-for-tat,
the punishment was too harsh for the crime.
Agreed.
Without a warning first. There was no warning shot.
Yes.
There was no like, hey, you better stop or else. It like.
Also, if the jokes aren't landing, just let it go. It sounds like the jokes weren't landing and he kept doubling down on it.
Yeah.
I think you just got to let it go sometimes.
You mean Mark should let it go or the OP?
OP.
Yeah.
Well, no, Mark, because he kept doubling down on the bit.
Well, yeah, but maybe he's just not socially aware.
Yeah, it could be.
It just doesn't sound like Mark's a cool guy.
Yeah, there's not many cool Marks out there. All right, we're going to move on.
Okay.
All right, next one is, and you're about to travel right now, so
Oof.
I think you'll like this one.
Right now.
Exactly. Am I the butthole for asking a fellow passenger to move his carry-on from the spot in front of me to his? I was flying business class.
Some people get to do that.
Who, Nikki?
I get to fly business class tonight. So that's kind of sick.
That's so sick.
That's so sick.
So yeah, I'm flying business class. Non-pods, he says in parentheses. So he's kind of a douchebag, but it's fine.
What does it say?
Non-pods. Do you know how there's sometimes the pods ones?
Yeah.
He's like, it's non-pods, okay?
No. I think it means it's less. It's like not as good as being in the pods.
No, it's not. That's what he means.
No. So he's not being douchey. He's just
But
saying
he's
like
douchey, putting that in parentheses, saying non-pods.
No, he's saying he's not as like rich as the pod people.
But maybe he's saying like it was a quick flight. I don't know. You never know.
True.
From California to Canada.
Okay.
6-hour flight.
That's not a quick flight.
I only bring with me my laptop bag for easy access to my electronics.
He's saying if there were pods that this wouldn't happen.
Probably.
Yeah.
When I get to my aisle seat, however, I notice the window seat passenger placed his carry-on bag in front of my seat instead of his. I asked if he could move his bag to the seat in front of him, and he replied there wasn't enough space for him since he's tall. He told me, you just have a suitcase, so what's the big deal with putting it in the overhead bin? I told him, no, I want easy access to my laptop and would like to use the space in front of me.
Yeah.
As this encounter was occurring, other passengers were agreeing with him and saying
What?
I was being unreasonable.
Whoa.
I told him, why don't you access the space in front of you? Or why do you get to access the space in front of you, in front of me, when we both get paid for business class
Yeah,
seats?
100%. I agree with the guy.
Things started to get heated, and I was about to call over the flight attendant. He eventually moved his bag. I was just so shocked other passengers were agreeing with him.
Yeah, that's really weird.
So
maybe they're all Canadian. He's going to Canada.
Well, they're very polite.
So they're all Canadian. They're like, you should give up everything you own.
You should give him everything you got.
You should share everything.
Give him everything you got. That's what a Canadian sound like.
That's a Canadian accent for sure.
Nailed it. So I don't understand. So it's like, wait, he says you have a suitcase.
He's basically saying like, you could just put your suitcase in the overhead bin and I could take your spot.
And he's right. I agree with him.
What are you talking about? No. The other passenger.
Yeah, I know. And I agree with him.
But it doesn't matter. It's my spot. What are you talking about? You agree with the passenger that's like trying to take over your foot space?
Nah, I can't. I tried. I can't do it.
You can't do it.
I can't do it.
Green,
It's too
I
hard.
know you too much.
I want to stand with the tall guys. I'm trying to stand with the tall guys.
Sure, but he already has. So why doesn't he put his bag up there then?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I know. I'm perplexed.
Is like, if you need the space under your feet, then you put your bag in the overhead bin.
Yeah, I'm perplexed by this one.
Why would you need to have your neighbor's spot?
I know.
No, this is some bullshit.
People.
And people infringing upon boundaries, and I don't like it.
Maybe he was a white colonizer, and he's just like, I'm colonizing this space. Then I would respect it.
I see.
You see that? You like that?
I guess.
A little better?
I don't know anything about it because
Like, I was raised like this. We take over all of the lands.
I am both colonizer and colonized.
You have been colonized significally, genetically, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm exactly half and half though.
Yeah, the Spaniards got you guys good.
I got the colonized and I got the colonizer.
True.
Both bloods are in me.
Yeah, she's talking about the Filipino
I'm
and
a
then the
product.
French-Russian.
I'm a product of both. Yeah. The inside me are two wolves.
Yeah.
One that wants to conquer and one that's been very conquered.
Exactly.
Anyway, no, the fucking guy on
he's
the
asshole.
window is a butthole.
I agree with that.
Why do they pass? It makes actually the passengers are buttholes. I would be more mad. This happened recently where I got more mad at the people agreeing with the person I was arguing with than I did at the person I was arguing with.
Yeah.
Because this person misplayed a hand terribly. And I was like, I had aces and like it doesn't matter. But anyway, they misplayed it terribly. And I was just like, LOL, like nice jamming, like 10-7 offsuit against early. Anyway.
Nice hand.
And then like these people were like, oh, it was a good play because blah, blah, blah. But they were so dumb. Like, it's not a good play at all by any chart, by any means, by any like strat at all. And I was more mad at those people than I was at the actual fucking person.
Love it. I absolutely love it.
So I'm more mad at the passengers because they feel gaslighty.
Well, let me extend that because due to the theme of today, which is Nikki's getting on a plane in like 3 hours, I selected a couple of unique choice airplane related things.
Wow.
And because you and I travel quite frequently all the time,
Yes.
I have particular opinions about all this stuff as well.
Okay. Let's see if we agree on things.
I actually travel more than you do.
That's not true. Not more than.
More than, yes.
No, absolutely
I
not.
travel every single month for the
Yeah,
last 3
and
years.
I've been traveling. Well, in the past year, I've definitely traveled more than you
Good game.
because.
But I got you for the 3 years.
Okay, yeah, you could have said it a year ago, and I would have been like, yeah. But
Good
like
game.
last year, I traveled like multiple times per month.
Good game. I got you.
Good game. Tell me the freaking prompt.
Okay, check it
I'm gonna
out.
punch you in the face.
Please don't punch me in the face.
Well, I might.
Leave it in, Mark. Let them see how violent she is.
I have both conqueror and conquered in me, and right now you're really bringing out the conqueror.
I know. All right. AIT butthole, am I the butthole, for reclining my seat on an international flight. So, I have particular opinions about this one.
Yeah.
Last week, I was on a flight from Dallas to Paris, a 9-hour flight. My plan was to sleep as much on the plane as possible. It was an overnight flight, and I was losing 7 hours of time. After takeoff, I leaned back in my seat to begin snoozing. Almost immediately, the girl behind me taps on my shoulder and asked me to pull up my seat, which I do, but then I asked why. She said there was a baby in a car seat right behind her, so she couldn't recline. And if I lean my seat back, she can't really see the TV screen on the back of my seat. I was like, okay, but a few minutes in, I realized I really needed to lean my seat back if I was going to sleep. It just makes a huge difference for me.
Yeah.
I figured since there was an empty seat in the middle section, just a few rows back, if it really bothered her, she could have moved there. And I even told her as much. So after a few minutes, I leaned back my seat again and closed my eyes. She then gets the attention of a flight attendant to pull up my seat.
Nah, they can't make you do that.
I put in my headphones. So the next part is relayed to me by my mom, who was sitting next to me. Apparently, the flight attendant told her she couldn't do anything about it.
Exactly. They can't.
Did you read this ahead of time?
No, this happened to me.
I know, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
What was she supposed to do? Make everyone in front of her not lean their seats back? The girl then got the attention of 2 more flight attendants who all said the same thing and offered the same seat I told her about. Thing is, we were in the window seat, and the girl complained that she picked the seat because it's the window seat, so she refused to move. Meanwhile, I pretended to sleep the whole time. I felt bad for her. If it was me, I'd be complaining too, but also I didn't really care about the window, and I wouldn't have been bothered at all about moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in my mind, when I leaned back, I figured she could move. First of all, if somebody is this considerate, they cannot possibly be the asshole.
Exactly.
This person is literally doing
bending
gymnastics
over to solve the problem.
Backwards handsprings to solve the problem, and even putting himself in the mindset of this person.
Right. Empathizing.
Total gymnast move.
Yeah, the girl decided. She decided on one solution, and that's it. And if it's not that, then it's not that.
And I got my window seat. Why would I move?
And she called the flight attendant over.
She called 2
Fuck you
flight
right away.
attendants.
Like, now I'm done helping you.
Exactly.
I'm done helping you now. Like, I was in your side.
No, she wants
like,
the authorities.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
To take it away.
I'm out on this cunt.
Yeah, I'm all about, like, you get whatever you paid for your flight, okay?
Yeah.
So, like, if you paid for leg room, like the other guy, like, you paid for your business class flight, no one gets to use your leg room. I'm sorry. Like, it doesn't matter what the logistics are, who brought what. You don't get to, like...
You don't get to spread your leg into their area.
No, exactly. Nobody gets
People
to put
do that,
your...
though.
Yeah, but, well, I'm talking about someone putting their suitcase in your legroom area.
That too.
Okay, and then also the whole seat reclining thing, I get it. There's, like, extremists on both sides about, like, whether it's rude or not. In my opinion, if the seat reclines, you're allowed to recline it. I mean, it just is, and especially on an international flight. Like, how are you have to sleep on international flights or you get jet lag.
Yep.
So how are you going to sleep if you can't recline your seat? It's ridiculous. For people to expect people not to recline their seats is stupid. And then also the reason I knew about that reclining seat thing is because on the flight to London, they were serving breakfast, and obviously they want everyone to, like, put their seat up so that, like, people can put the tray tables in front of them. Well, the girl in front of me was asleep, and she had her seat fully reclined into my lap. I couldn't, like, so I had to recline my seat. So that's how I was in the plane. I can't, like, put the seat upright or else, like, I can't eat my food because the tray is completely buried.
Yep. So
the people behind me are, like, asking the flight attendant to tell me to put the seat up. Yeah. And I'm trying to explain the situation. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
And the flight attendant's like, all you have to say is no, and we can't make you. And I was like, okay, but I'm just trying to tell them that I want to.
I'm not an ass.
Yeah, like, I want
I'm not
to.
The butthole.
I'm not the butthole. I'm not the butthole. Because I want to put my seat up. I would rather eat, like, straight up and, have my tray in front of me, but I literally can't. So, so I knew that rule because of that happening. But yeah, overall, I'm just not about policing people. Like, sometimes things are going to suck. Sometimes there's a screaming kid behind you. Sometimes a kid's kicking your chair. That sucks.
Sometimes all of it
You
happens.
just got bad luck of the draw. Yeah. Like, it's a bad seat draw. Sorry. Like, you can
got
try
sucked out on the river.
You got sucked out on. Like,
no doubt.
You can try to go to another seat. Like, that middle seat was open and she didn't want to. So
I think she's been a big old C.
She wanted everything to go her way or the highway.
Exactly. I think she's been a big old capital C.
And I think sometimes people are too entitled.
Yep.
It's like, we all have to be on this plane. We don't want to be here. We all just want to be at our destination. We don't want to be on the plane.
Exactly.
This is just the shitty interim
Nobody
part
likes this.
that we all have to do to get to the place.
By the way, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
I memorized this one. So
Whoa.
I memorized it because I
Sounds
know
like
it
you
so
maybe are the OP.
No. Am I the asshole? So I was on a flight, and as soon as we landed, and as soon as they said take seatbelts off because we landed at the gate, about 12 people ran to the front of the fucking plane.
Dude.
Even though nobody is able to leave the plane yet. So these people are just basically cutting people. Am I the butthole for calling them out and saying like, you guys are a bunch of assholes? What are you guys even doing? Where are you going?
No, I literally hate those people. Those are like the bane of my existence when I travel.
Those people are the worst human
beings.
Tonight,
guess what?
Get it.
I'm in row 2.
Get it. Girl.
Try and suck out on me.
Yep.
You can't unless you're in row 1.
As soon as you guys land and as soon as they undo the seatbelt button, you should just run to the front just for the keks.
Just what?
For the lulz.
Oh, yeah. Just cut the first row people off.
Yeah, go to the front for the lulz, yeah.
Yeah, no, am I the asshole? Because I literally started cutting people off because they wouldn't let me get out of my row.
I am a big dude.
And they acted like I was being a dick.
Dude, I'm a big dude. I put my elbow in the middle of the damn thing. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, you stay back there.
And I was like, there's an order to this. Do you guys not know the order? And I literally said something because it was ridiculous at that point. Like so many people had just gone. And then on the other side, I am so hyper aware of not being that person because I would never want to be that person. They're the worst. There was one flight I was on recently where I had a really short connecting flight, like in between, and we were late landing. So the crew was, and I was all the way in the back of the plane. That's the best though,
when the crew hooks you up.
I was in the back of the, but people don't listen to
the
speaker.
They don't.
So like the crew was like, hey, if you have a connecting flight, let the connecting flight people get off the plane first. But people didn't hear it. I was having to tell people all in the way that, hey, I'm not being a dick, but like I have a connecting flight and it's like about to board. Yeah. Like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, I had to say sorry to like everyone else profusely. I was so sorry, but like, people were trying to like stick their limbs out trying to block me.
Good for them.
And I'm like, I'm with you, brother.
Listen,
but
we're on the same political party.
Yeah, we're on the same team. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not entitled. I just need to get this plane. Yeah. I'm so sorry. And and people are really nice about it if you like explain it to them. But if you're just gonna be a fucking dick.
No, I hate it.
I hate those people.
I hate those people.
I'm like, why are you better than everyone?
You're not.
Why do you get to be the first one off the plane? Just because you're sick of sitting? Guess what? Yep. We're all sick of sitting. We're all sick of sitting here.
Thank you.
They just think like, no, but I'm sick of it, so I need to get off.
Must move. These are all very slow individuals. I will move quickly.
They should fine people.
They should really do something more serious than a fine. I want something serious.
They should make it so that those people don't get their luggage.
Oh, I would love it. Like, sorry, your luggage was incinerated this morning.
Like QR code. Like everyone has a QR code, and you just like, that person's luggage doesn't get gotten.
Like, you know how like sometimes bags get lost because they fly into the turbines? That's what happened to your bag.
Yeah, that's what happens to people who stand up too early and cut people off.
Yep.
In my mind, that's what happens.
Perfect. Anyway, we're going to go on a break, and when we come back, we're going to just be basically dumping our therapy on you guys.
Yeah, our travel therapy. Because both of us have just been arguing about who travels more. We traveled way too much. Both of us combined travel way too much.
And we both don't enjoy it, so it's the worst.
Yeah, we both absolutely hate it.
Would one of us really like it if they traveled less than the other person? Yeah, they would. Nobody's happy that they traveled more than the other one.
No. And nobody wants to be traveling.
No.
I want all the things to happen in Vegas so I never have to travel.
Bro, I have been ginsuing every single JK member into trying to move to Vegas. Oh, yeah. I've been doing an incredible job.
Yeah,
I've been doing a Herculean effort.
Yeah.
I've been recruiting like nobody's
heavy recruiting.
I've done more than I think anyone will ever know for at least another year. And you guys will see soon. But even then, I'm like, I don't want to travel because that's why I don't. That's the thesis of why I'm doing it.
That's the whole point. Yeah.
It's about me.
You're like, we'll pay for your college education. You just have to enlist for like 18 years.
Exactly. Thank you. All right. We'll be right back.
Hey, we're on a break right now, and I guess we're supposed to promo our show.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about our show.
We're going to talk about a show that you took a break from to talk about how you should listen to our show.
Technically, we're not on break. We're still working.
It's called Shit They Don't Tell You, and it's all the shit that we wish people would have told us that we had to mess up on and figure out ourselves. Now we're telling you about it.
That's it.
And sometimes we answer questions that you send in, and sometimes we judge other people's situations.
So keep listening, and check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/sticky. Thank you.
And shout out to Brian Jorgensen.
And we're back. Thank you, everybody, for joining our Patreon. Wow, a lot of members, not only members.
Wow.
Crazy growth.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you,
Lexington.
Yeah, that's a real one that just joined.
That's definitely a real name.
A real person.
And not a dog's name.
We like them.
Thank you, Kingston. Thank you, Ruff. And thank you, Molly.
And Joe. And Cece.
Yes. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Am I the butthole?
Okay.
Dinners out with spouse's family no one else ever offers to pay.
Oof.
That's a oof for sure. I have a spouse I've been with.
I have a spouse
I've been with for 3 years, who I love very much. They always say that.
Yeah.
I love that. Occasionally we get asked to go out for dinners with her family, including her mother, late 60s, brother 30, cousin, like 40 years old, cousin 3 kids, approximately 8, 3, and 1. You guys following along? Good.
That's a lot.
And yet nobody cares, dude. OP, nobody cares. Whenever we go out, the expectation is that I, 35, grab the bill for everybody present. This feels unreasonable to me to always have to pick up for 9 people.
Yeah.
Her cousin claims to be reasonably successful herself and has a multitude of child support from the 2 fathers of her 3 children, but they're not in the picture on a family basis. She always says thank you and I'll get you back next time, but never offers when the time comes around again. My spouse, 28. The guy he's obsessed with ages.
Sometimes it's helpful, but in this case, not really.
It doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
And my spouse and her family are of Chinese descent, but are longtime residents of the United States, with my spouse, her brother, and the 3 youngest all being American born. Her brother does not work and lives with her mom, while her mom works low-income jobs to support herself and the son. I do pretty well myself. I basically kick it and don't worry about money whatsoever. I could quit my job right now and play Xbox all day, and I would never have to worry about money again. I may be goosed a little bit on that.
Yeah, you improv because you stared at me while you were saying that part.
You get the idea, though. He's like, I do pretty well myself.
Yeah, he's
and
flexing about.
Yeah. I understand the notion that the man pays is more prevalent in Chinese culture, but this feels unreasonable to me, as this isn't even demanded by my own parents or siblings, and this is money I could be using for my own dinners or trips with my spouse, or fucking off on Xbox Live. For further context, these dinners are frustrating to me because most of the group just scrolls their phone, or the majority of the discussion quickly shifts to Chinese between the mom, aunt, and cousin.
Oh, so it's not even family time. They're just milking this guy.
They're milking him dry.
Yeah, that's it. They're just using him to pay for the meal.
I don't even mind terribly covering for her mom and brother, but the extra family of 5 irritates me. My spouse is telling me I'm being a Malurko by complaining.
Wow, that's heavy.
That's a big accusation.
Yeah.
By complaining about this in advance of upcoming dinner, but I find this scenario uncomfortable. Am I the butthole?
No, absolutely not.
I agree, man.
But that's always hard. When we had one of these before recently, an am I the butthole question, and I think these are really important issues to hash out before you marry somebody or and because you have to see the world the same.
That's so true.
Otherwise, you're arguing, you're going to have more arguments under the same vein.
So true.
Because you don't see the world the same. And money is the number one reason why couples get divorced.
Yes.
And it's funny because when I hear that statistic, it's not funny, but it's just it's odd to me because it's hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm
funny.
shaking with how much I'm laughing.
Yeah.
No, it's just interesting to me because we've never we don't. When we got together, we weren't rich. We didn't have a ton of money.
No.
And then we've gone through waves of sometimes we have money, sometimes we don't.
Yep.
Sometimes you have money and I don't. Sometimes I have money, you don't. Sometimes you're in crypto. Sometimes crypto crashes. Sometimes poker does bad. Sometimes it does well. It's waves, right?
Exactly.
But there have never been money issues between us.
No, never.
Where we fight about money.
Never happened.
Or who's making more money or who's spending too much money. There's never been a fight about money.
Not one time.
We've had stupid ass fights about what was that one we just had recently, which was where we both
legendary.
laughed at how dumb it was. I can't even remember because it's
Which
so
one?
dumb. There's one that happened recently that we were because I was playing 6s or 3s on my phone.
Threes.
I was playing 3s on my phone.
This is a good one. We were watching shitty reality TV.
Yeah, we were watching a shitty reality TV
The
show.
shittiest show maybe
they
ever.
Speak in the Britishiest accent, the most
you can't-
freaking British accent you can ever.
watch the show without having to read the subtitles because they speak in like the cockneyest, shitty British,
and they say
British
like
accent.
Like terms that don't turn of phrase that we don't have
they
here.
They don't exist.
So this guy,
it takes 9 hours for that turn of phrase to reach America.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm playing threes on my phone because it helps me if two things are going on at once. Plus, like trash TV is usually like a turn off your brain type of thing.
Yeah.
Like it helps me wind down to just like, and I'm listening and I'm paying
Threes
attention.
is a game that you play. It's a math game.
It's not like math, but it's like patterns.
It's a math game to me.
Whatever. It is. It does have some math involved, but you don't have to do math. You just have to match its patterns. Yeah. Anyway, I usually do this no problem. Am I the asshole? I usually play this game no problem on my phone while we're watching a shitty reality TV show, and I'm paying attention to the reality TV show too. But in this one, this British guy kept saying really British things, and I couldn't hear what he was saying.
Correct.
And my brain was like playing the phone, and I was like, wait, what did he say? And Steve couldn't tell me what he said.
Because it's impossible.
So we rewind it, and he's like, you have to watch the subtitles. But by the time we get to the point, I'd already been playing threes again because I forgot that I was supposed to be watching subtitles.
Exactly.
And then
she gets so excited about the pattern.
Say it again. And then I'm like, what the fuck did that guy just say?
And I'm like, this bitch, every time I look at her, her face is down on the phone again. So I'm like, what the I'm like, Limo.
But I'm just like, I don't want to watch the whole thing. I just want you to tell me what he said.
Yeah, but I can't.
Yeah.
Because he says it so fast. You have to read it.
So you got mad at me. And then
I didn't just get mad at you. I was like, maybe stop watching fucking threes and just look up at the screen.
Yeah, he said it like that.
Because I had to rewind it 4 times.
He snapped
Literally
at me.
4 times.
But you didn't have to rewind it. In my mind, I didn't even want it to be rewound.
I wanted you to know what he said because you asked.
I just wanted you to say what he said.
No, I didn't know.
And so I know. And so I didn't know that. And so then I was like, this is too stressful.
Because what he says is so inconsequential that I don't even know how to say this to you.
Then just say it's inconsequential.
No, I know, but you were insistent on knowing like what. But what did he say?
I
What's
just thought you were withholding it because you wanted me to like read it myself.
I didn't understand what any of it meant.
So anyway,
even when I read it,
he snaps at me, and then I'm like, "This is
maybe
the most."
If you stop fucking playing threes and look at the damn screen,
it's so stressful.
You'll see what happened. Yeah, and then
so
Limo
I stormed off.
Storms up
because
the
I was
stairs.
like, I'd rather just play threes than have to like deal with this attitude.
Like she storms up.
I don't even want to watch this stupid show.
Yeah, and then by the way, she went from 0 to 100 like so fast.
You went to 0 from 0 to 100.
You went to 0 to 100 so fast because all I did was I was like, maybe stop playing fucking threes. Look at the goddamn screen.
Yeah,
Limo. That's what I said.
You were cursing at me.
It's so stupid, but yeah. But then Limo going upstairs
like, well, fuck you then.
Fuck you. She does it like that. She always does it like that. She never just says fuck you like that. She says like, fuck you. And I was like, oh yeah, good shit, Limo. And then like, I don't know, I was up there like 8 minutes or something.
Yeah, and then we were like, then we went back and watched the show.
Yeah.
And I stopped playing threes.
You stopped playing threes.
But I was overstimulated, heated. There was too much going on.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to do that to like relax, and I felt unrelaxed, and I was getting, it was too much heat aimed at me. I didn't like it.
But for 90 seconds, like,
yeah,
I was like, oh shit, man, this bitch.
I brought this up because I'm like, we never have actual fights. Like, there's never like, because our core values, and this is what is so crucial. Yeah. All of you single people out there listening, that like single people that want to be in a relationship eventually, or like you want this is so you have to be discerning about this thing. If nothing else, this core value thing, like seeing life the same way, is so motherfucking important because there will be fights like this, like money and like health and whatever family issues, things that are very common amongst couples. But if you see the world the same way, you will have each other's back going into every fucking thing, and it's you against them. It's not. Exactly. It's not you.
Same team.
You guys arguing with each other. It's you on the same team against whatever you're facing. The arguments you have should be this fucking stupid and inconsequential.
Exactly.
That like it doesn't matter that you're over it in 8 minutes because like
it was great.
It's just a little stupid.
It was funny. It was funny. We were both, as soon as I walked in the room upstairs, because I went up to, you were like laying on the bed playing threes, of course.
Yeah, I just want to play threes.
Yeah, and you're laying there with your legs up, or whatever, and you're playing threes. And then I walk in the room, and I'm like, you're so stupid.
Yeah,
Limo.
and I'm like, you're stupid.
Yeah, she's like, you're stupid immediately. I'm like, you're so fucking stupid, Limo. I'm like, you're just so lucky I married you because you're just so dumb.
And I'm like, no, you're whatever you just said. I'm rubber and you're glue.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, let's go watch it.
I was like, yeah, let's go.
It was like the biggest, like thing, but then, like she says, shared values is so good because we already know we have each other's backs going into it.
Yeah.
And this wasn't like a big thing.
Yeah, it was just no, but we just don't really have spats really. No. But like, so when one happens, like, ooh, remember when we had a little spat?
True. But our conflict resolution is legendary, though.
Yeah, because of that, though. I think because of and never building resentment.
Exactly.
We just never build resentment.
Clean the resentment out.
You clean it out immediately. You know, like, I know when I'm being a bitch and I can't help being a bitch and I'm sorry that I'm being a bitch.
Apologizes
and I
for
say sorry immediately because I'm like, I know I'm being a bitch.
And I apologize to her too. I'm like, I'm sorry you were being a bitch. You know, it helps.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like Green set the table on fire the other day and he's like, sorry, I fucked that up.
Well, you're gonna have to explain that one a little bit.
Yeah, we don't know, or I don't, because it's kind of funny.
It's pretty funny.
You just leave it at that.
I did set the table on fire. It was pretty jarring.
Yeah. He didn't know he set it on fire. I
didn't know.
In the living room trying to put the fire out, and then he's like shaving his face, and then I'm like, help, and then he comes out, and I didn't even realize, and then I was like, wait, I don't have time to deal with that.
You were like, wait, what the fuck's going on with your face? You didn't even realize that I was like just in the middle of shaving.
I thought you like did something to your face. For a second, because like my brain was fried from like trying to put this fire out.
My face was like covered in shaving cream, but like half of it was peeled off because I was shaving. And then I hear like I'm in the bathroom and I hear like, oh fuck. I was
like, I need help right now.
And then I go out and the table was on fire.
Yeah.
And I was like, technically Limo maybe set the table on fire, but then I remembered that I had definitely contributed to that.
Yeah, he started the fire. I didn't start the fire.
Yeah, like the Billy Joel song.
Yeah, is that?
But he says we.
Yeah, but I didn't.
Billy Joel's a bigger man than you. Billy Joel says we didn't start the fire.
Yeah. Someone started the fire. It wasn't Franklin.
Yeah.
Could have been Franklin.
Could have been Franklin, but it wasn't. It was me. Anyway, I handled it very maturely. I was like, that was on me. Sorry I set the table on fire.
Those things are super important, and we got better at those. It wasn't just like an instant thing. Like, we used to have fights, but we got better at that communication style. But what remained the same was that we saw the world the same way.
It's true.
And I think that's so, so important when choosing someone that you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
Exactly.
Well, one, be best friends with them.
1,000%.
Be able to laugh things off.
Laugh at everything.
And two, like, see life the same way.
Yeah. And also, too, I think that something that is important about both of us is we don't have too much pride to say we're sorry.
Yeah.
I think some people actually do have that problem.
Well, you used to think of it as being wrong, like
I did, but I honestly too just think I had a more I don't know. I just didn't like. I'm an emotionally intelligent person, but I didn't always know how to apply all that to myself.
Yeah,
and I learned pretty quickly through our relationship how to apply it to myself.
That's good
in a more constructive way, and that helped me a lot.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I noticed back then even, but.
Yeah, because I could recognize that a lot. Like even in our first year when we were like warring with each other.
Yeah.
I could always step outside of myself and recognize it, but I couldn't apply it yet.
Yeah.
It took a while. Like we had to get through all that resentment bullshit.
Yeah, we did.
That's really what it was. It was the resentment bullshit.
And the resentment happened just because of like projecting shit that wasn't even real.
Legitly.
From our past relationship hurts, traumas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But so many people do that, and I would imagine so many of you are going through that right now. I have a lot of friends who are going through resentment issues in their relationships.
Yeah.
If you could dig all that out.
It's the number one thing. Because resentment's so hard to get rid of.
Exactly.
It's like a cavity. It's like it just keeps festering where it's at some point, then now you have to get a root canal because you didn't get it taken out before. So now it's like gone deeper and deeper, and now you have to do a more painful thing to get rid of it. It gets really hard to remove resentment as years build on top of years.
Which is why my arrows method is, to date, as far as I'm aware, from all my friends, probably one of the best ways to fix resentment.
I think so. But back to that guy, the money issues thing, like arguing with the wife. Like that's just a thing that...
She doesn't have his back at all about it.
She doesn't have his back.
And that's big.
And I don't know how that didn't come out before.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just going to be something that you continue to not see eye to eye on.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think that it sucks that he's getting invalidated, like where he has a very valid opinion. Yeah.
By the way, one of my favorite recent stories of this is when I remember it was like 2-3 years ago. I was at your parents' house and we ordered some takeout or something like that. And like it was bomb, dude. Very rarely in Santa Barbara do we order takeout from a place and it's bomb. And like I paid for all of it, like to to flex on your dad and show him what a little Manny is, because it's my favorite thing to do. Show him a little tiny Manny.
My dad always pays for stuff when Steve gets the bill. It's fun.
It's the best. So no, he's the best. But I remember like I liked the food so much that like the next day I went to the fridge and like I was like I don't think it's there anymore. I was like, fucking old man Limo stole my food. I was like, fucking old man Limo. And then we're driving home and like, fucking old man Limo stole my food and shit like that. And then, but like, this is my favorite thing about Limo. My Limo, not old man Limo, is that she rode for me. She like texted the family. She's like, who's eating Steve's leftovers, you pieces of shit? You animals. You scumbags.
I did not.
Right? But the point being is that she had my back.
I want to get to the bottom of it.
And guys, I was wrong.
Imagine that.
Like he took a picture of like he's like, here's Steve's leftovers at the bottom of the fridge or whatever. It's like the funniest fucking most petty fucking stupid thing. You know how I get though.
Yeah.
And like
you start spinning a story.
I spin a story up so big in my brain. I'm like, old man Limo stole my goddamn leftovers. Probably enjoyed every second of it. You know what I mean? Like I just get unreasonable when I spin up. But the point is that my Limo had my back.
Yeah, I was ready to fight.
She was going to go to war for me, dude. And we were both on the wrong team. We were both fighting for evil. You know what I mean? But like, I love living in a world where my chick rides for me.
Yeah.
Even if we're dead wrong. Like, and that's such a harmless thing. We're not like, it's not really big issue stuff or anything like that. And everyone laughed it off later.
But like, no, Steve... Okay, so because it involved my family, like I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna have his back, but like, let's get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, let's get to the bottom.
Because okay, let's say they're like, oh yeah, we did eat it. I'd be like, okay, in the future, let's not do that. So now we have a new rule. Okay, but like that, it's not what happened. But when it's just man on man, like when we're at home. Steve like spins up stories. Like one time, our dryer wasn't working. And it was like the first couple months we moved into this into our condo, like into the new house, and it was a brand new washer and dryer because like I know it was new. I mean like a year old, like whatever, like it wasn't like brand new.
It wasn't like 15 years old.
It was new. Okay?
It was newish,
and it wasn't drying clothes. And Steve's like, they scammed us.
Yep.
They scammed us. They had us buy this house knowing the dryer was broken.
They put some shitty washer dryer in there. They knew he wasn't going to test that shit.
And he spun up this whole story. And I was like, I looked up the symptoms our dryer was doing. And it was like, oh, it looks like the vent might need to be cleaned out. Why don't we, before we say because he was like, we need a new dryer. We're just going to buy a new dryer.
Yeah, we're going to buy a new dryer. We got so wrecked by these people. It's fine.
Well, let's just see if it's this, because this is what Google says.
Yeah.
And he didn't even Google anything. He was just like, they scammed us. Now we need a new dryer. Great. So
by the way, welcome to my childhood.
We get a vent guy comes out and there's a bird nest in the vent.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Poor baby birds were in there too. Like,
by the way,
he blew them out.
We blew them out. We jettisoned them at like fucking 600 PSI.
We didn't know. Okay.
Well, we knew after.
Yeah, it wasn't baby birds. It was eggs, but like
it was. Whatever was left
in there. There was feathers.
It was like a fucking jet turbine shot a fucking bird's nest out of a small hole.
Because apparently that's how they have to do it to get it out of a condo drive. Because the way the vent is structured, it goes out the roof.
Yep.
So that's like a thing. Like, so the roof vents needed to have like the cages on it, and it didn't. It was just open season for birds that want to go in. And the vent guy was like, you kind of should probably ask your HOA if you put like if you're allowed to put some vents on, because it's going to happen again basically. But after that,
you could put the netting up, he said.
Yeah, the netting, like, because there's no netting, so the birds open season. But apparently, like, so after that, the dryer worked perfectly fine.
Oh, perfect. It was a gem.
But it was great.
It was a golden dryer.
Perfect dryer.
But I will say this though.
Imagine getting a new dryer and having the same problem because it's the vent.
Can I just say this though too? After we, like I said, like motherfucking 16,000 PSI, like a bird's nest out the fucking window.
Yeah.
I actually saw it happen. It was crazy. Yeah. Mama bird kept coming back for like 4 days, and she would perch up on top of the thing, and she would like stare down at the thing. And then I was like, you scamming fucking bitch. You scamming fucking whore, dude.
Shut up.
For like 4 days, I was so pissed at her, dude.
No way.
Oh, yeah, way.
I feel so bad.
No.
She's mourning her children.
They were dead.
Well, yeah, but she didn't know. She's still being a mom. She's ready to be a mom.
They weren't. There was no children in there. It was just a nest.
With eggs.
It wasn't even the season.
There was an egg.
I was trying to clean it up. I was trying to make it better for you, but you dig your own grave, Limo.
Like I seen it. I seen feathers.
I know. There was hella feathers there.
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah. Probably it was her husband in there, and he just got blown apart, dude.
Well, then you're lucky it wasn't a crow.
Just a puff of feathers.
Because if it was a crow, did I tell you that my dad?
No, my Uncle Bob is a crow.
Okay, but like, does my dad tell you the story about how he destroyed a crow's nest and like the crows are after him every day now?
Yes, he did tell me that.
Like the crows have vengeance plans on him.
So do you think your dad's crazy for that?
No, because like I've read a lot about crows.
Yeah, crows are really
they'll
vindictive.
They'll hold a grudge for 17 years too, and they'll tell the new family members. There's generational too. It's there's people that have like had generations of crows attack them.
Don't mess with the crows, dude.
Don't mess with the crows.
Mess with the Orioles.
Yeah, my dad cleaned out a crow's nest out of his roof. Worst thing he ever did. He said because one time they all went through the chimney. And like there were crows all inside the house, like tons of crows.
Jesus, they're just making his life hell.
Oh yeah. They hate him.
Your dad had hell with gophers too.
Yeah. Well, he picks a fight with the wrong species. He does sometimes.
Often.
You and him have that in common.
We get petty about it.
You guys get petty about things. Sometimes you pick a fight with the wrong species.
Not me, dude.
Don't pick a fight with a crow though.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, because they're really smart and they'll tell their family, that's why they run in murders. They run in murders. That's what their group is called.
My biggest bird issue right now is with the bald eagle, and he knows who he is.
Stupid.
And I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to get into it.
Well, please don't take vengeance on a bald eagle.
Well, I guess I can't I? Legally.
Yeah, they're protected.
So tell me about it. It's the worst thing ever.
Worst.
And he knows it too. That's what pisses me off the most. He knows it.
He knows that he can just bully you.
He can just bully me as much as he wants. He
gaslight you.
Oh yeah, he does. He loves it.
And authorities have his back. And
they all do. They all do.
I'll ride for you, hun.
I know, babe.
I don't care what that fucking bird did. All right.
All right. That's all the time we got.
Yeah. Check out the Patreon. Patreon.com/sticky. It helps the show out a lot. It helps Mark get blankets.
Legit.
It helps us get a vengeance plan on a bald eagle.
Wow. It's never going to happen, but yeah.
But we could try.
We could
dream. So
I'll stick my legal team on him one day. That's all we can do.
Maybe. I'm pretty sure he's the one on dollar bills, so.
Tell me about it.
The justice system.
He points that out.
Justice system is not balanced.
He points that out. All right, we got to go. Love you guys.
Right. See you next week. Bye.